guest of honor, Jackson, what's your initial thoughts and reactions to this win?
Yeah, man. It's been just really chaotic, last 72 hours.
Oh, yeah.
Mark Adams said it in his presser, and I kind of agree with him. I'm so happy, with the outcome of the game. I'm sort of glad it's over. I mean, it was definitely sensory overload. I can't even imagine. I'm excited getting down the outline to get to ask y'all some questions about actually being at that game. It's hard to even put into words. You could feel it through the TV. Watching at a bar, and the energy even at the watch party we were at, I'm like, it was insane. But bottom line is, this Texas Tech team is better just on paper. They're better on the court. They came out, they did what they needed to do to win, and this is something that we talked about on the podcast actually earlier this week. Nick and I did. Is I hope Tech fans really embraced and enjoyed this moment, because I honestly do not believe, from a historical and from a cultural standpoint, there will be a game as wild, as significant, as energized as what we saw last night. I mean, it's one of these moments in sports where the script is there, something out of a movie. It's special. And so I hope Tech fans really enjoyed it. They can never, no one's gonna be able to take that away from us. This first one was always going to be the craziest of them all, the pinnacle of it. Obviously, we're going to keep getting after Beard and playing them, but just the perfect ending, man. I woke up this morning thinking, it's back to business. This team's a Final Four caliber team. UT, Chris Beard, I'm glad we kicked their ass, but they're just doing what they normally do, which is underperform for where they start the season. And Beard's I won't say irrelevant to us, but it's all right, we got that redemption, right? And now it's back to the office, man. This team and Mark Adams are on fire.
So Brooks, y'all were there.
Yeah.
If y'all want to, y'all can tag team it. But initial thoughts and reactions. I mean, y'all were there during the win. Y'all were there during the lead. Y'all were there, as that final buzzer went off. What was your initial thoughts and reactions?
My head hurts really bad from all the yelling that I was doing and the screaming. My head was hurting pretty good after that game. But man, what a huge win for us, for Kirby, for Coach Adams, for everybody on the staff, for all the players, for this fan base. It felt like everything that we thought going into the season, everything we felt since hiring Mark Adams, was validated last night, right? We've got the better coach. Thanks for leaving, Chris. We got the mastermind behind it. And I think Mark Adams coached circles around Beard last night. I thought this team, like Jackson said, it's a much better constructed team with a bunch of dudes out there who play hard, who are mature, who have been through the grind, who kind of know their roles and that fit into those roles perfectly. And it was just the culmination of all of that last night. And it was amazing, man. That was my favorite basketball experience besides the national championship game that I've been at. That the electricity in that building was insane. There was 5 empty chairs in the whole arena that you could count. It was nuts. And so it was everything that it lived up to be, everything that it was hyped up to be. I want to go back and just relive it over and over and over again. That's how I feel.
And that's the best part is how crazy the crowd was. And it was 95% or more Tech fans. You couldn't find a Texas fan in that place, and all in black. And they're early. It was already packed, probably 14,000 with 30 minutes before the game. And it's never that busy that early. And it carried through the whole game, because with every shot and rebound and steal, every possession, it was a loud cheer for whatever happened. You were standing up and down so much during this game, way more than any other game before. But yeah, it's more of a glad it's over, but it was amazing that it happened, and it went literally as you wanted it to. You kept them at that 8-point range the whole game and never struggled. It was just a very comforting win, and you just kept kicking them while they're down, basically.
Yeah.
It was just amazing. Yeah, very tired. I've rewatched the game. Stayed up night, too excited about it. I was very anxious beforehand, because I was I know what to kind of expect, but I've been in a lot of big games. I was here for the good football years, but this being in like a very compact arena, it was a very intimate type, rambunctious feeling, and it was amazing.
What is your look at the coaching matchup there? How are you feeling about that?
I thought Adams did a good job of emphasizing being aggressive. In this game, I think they kind of knew the refs might be tight on their whistles early, right? They want to keep it under control. It's obviously, I've heard a couple different media experts and pundits say it, but they say that, that was the craziest atmosphere purely from like you were just saying, Dustin, every moment, there was never a break. Guy could dive on the floor and like the ball goes out of bounds and it gets Texas away and everyone's like losing their mind. Every single play was so crazy. And so I like that Adams stressed being aggressive. And I actually think UT kind of in the first half, they suffered from not being more aggressive. They get down low. They were a little timid around the rim. They kind of settled for either contested jumpers. And part of that I attribute to Texas Tech's defense, or contested threes, or they weren't really physical. They got kind of outmatched and outmanned by us early on. I think that was a good game plan. Our defense it's poetry, man, watching it. It really, like, I described it as beautiful. Which is like a weird thing to say in basketball, but I'm rewatching the game before I hop on the podcast with y'all, and it's so incredible. It fires me up watching how hard we play D and how our guys are, they have the skill set, the versatility, the size, the quickness, the hands to switch out anybody. And they are in your shit. Nothing's easy. Nothing is easy. They are funny to me that I get the sense that he expected it to be pretty, there to be a lot of animosity towards him, but I don't think he really expected it to be what it was, which it baffles me. I'm like, what did you think was going to happen, man? Of course it was going to be that way. So he looked uncomfortable. He looked very tired, depleted, and it was a sight, to behold for Texas fans, man. It was awesome.
So, Arlie, to answer your question there of like the coaching matchup, there wasn't a matchup. It was all at Mark Adams from the beginning, and even with Chris Beard's little Monday night shenanigans trying to get in Adams' head and blaming him for the, language and whatever, didn't work. And you could tell during the game, Beard didn't know what to do.
No.
It was amazing. He didn't know what to do. He just turned to his bench and I don't know, you get in and fix it.
There was a moment kind of before the game started, and I think I tweeted out a video of it last night in the midst of our, Twitter flurry. But, you're just kind of looking at Beard, and he, like you said, he looked uncomfortable down there. He just had his hands in his pockets. He was just kind of standing there. He looked shocked by the reaction. He looked like he didn't want to be there at all. And it was kind of bizarre because he's a competitor, right? That's what we've always known him as. And he's always engaged and hyped for these games. And so that's what I expected from him. And it felt pretty opposite at the beginning. It felt like he was trying to find his footing on everything there early. But yeah, the matchup was dominated by Coach Adams.
Chris Patola, this was some night in Lubbock. I'm glad we got to be a part of it. It was as good an environment. It was the best environment we've had in college basketball this year, by far. Good on Texas Tech, man. They came out tonight, put on a show. Chris Beard comes back to Lubbock, and his Longhorns will lead with a 13-point loss, 77-64.
Catch y'all at the next tailgate.